Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk, the number one grinder in the building. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. And we got another boxing. Got another boxing live. The underrated boxing talk number 55. Yep, underrated boxing number 55. All right, let me read this off. Right, so people, see, we can get this going. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still be winners. That's the real, the number one grinder. All right, hit y'all with this intro. Let's see. Be right back.
Welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness, yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, the best kept secret in YouTube.
I'm sorry. welcome back to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk, yours truly, the number one grinder. Yeah, got another boxing live got for y'all. The underrated the underrated box talk number 55. Yeah, moving up there, number 55. We gonna talk about we got two fights happening. We got Devin Haney, he will fight Jojo Diaz, and then we got Tank Davis, he fighting on Sunday. Forgot his name, but but we gonna talk about Joe Diaz. That's gonna be an interesting fight. There's quite a few people think Devin Haney's gonna win, and Devin Haney he still had the WBC belt, they consider that belt's a lineage, so it's good and everything. And um, that they got to, if they need to get through this, him and Cabosa should unify the belts. Unify the championship, of the weight class and stuff like that. Invite some other people who see they gonna come, but I would say this that that we want to see good fight. There's some great fights. I'm saying. I feel that why he didn't have the fights like Friday and Saturday, like Haney, why he didn't fight like Friday and take that fight Saturday, like with the Tank Davis fight, the pay per view probably want to ask about Lisa like $75. Nah, I ain't paying him $75. Nah, not for the pay per view, not like that. Nah, ain't either. Nah. Mm-mm. Put this on. Yeah, so I think some of the fights, they ask the pay per view, they asking too much. Some of the fights that worth it paying. So, but yeah, I be checking the fights up. So we wait for some people to come on. You know, so we talk about the fights. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good, pretty. Gonna be a pretty good card too. It's gonna be a pretty good card. Let me see something. Yeah, yeah. I tell you, yeah. But just want to see what Devin Haney's gonna do. What Jojo Diaz gonna do too. Hold on. I'm back. I'm back. But and also sometimes matter of fact we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about some old fights that I like back in. Hey, brother Sheed, how you doing? How you feel? Matter of fact, if you want to get hold on, let me let me see something. How you feel? Glad you're here. There goes the link right there, brother Sheed. If you want to get on, you get on. We talking about boxing. And we go until more people come, we're gonna talk about I'll talk about some old fights, you know, what I used to Yeah, I liked it. I used to like the Aaron Pryor, the late great Aaron Pryor, Thomas Hearns. Hold on for 1 second, please. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had a call, so I tell him to call back. Yeah, but it was some great fights, that I watched back in the days. ABC Sports, um, HBO, used to be like that. After Night, oh, it was great. It was great. It was great. Great boxing, I used to watch Marvin Hagler before he became champion. Um, watch Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns when they was in the '76 Olympics. I think Aaron Pryor was in '76 Olympics. No, I don't think he was though. But there are some people say that that's one of the best Olympic teams ever. It's the '76 team and the '84 team. They said it was good. And also, I believe Mike Tyson tried out for that Olympic team too, if I'm not mistaken, the '84. I think. Oh, it was the '83 trials, something like that. But yeah, you can come up, Sheet, if you want. The link is in the chat. If you want to come up, you can. Yeah, so all right, what's going on, brother? Go Professor. How you doing? The link is in the chat if you want to join it. We talking about boxing. I'm gonna talk about some old school boxing until then. After we go talk about the fighters. Devin Haney will fight Saturday, and Tank Davis gonna fight Sunday. So your brothers want to come up. We talk about some boxing. Had a problem with that. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. Hey, what's up? Oh, you at work? Oh, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you can come up. You want to, or Pure. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming. I got you back. I got you back. You know? Yeah. Get this. But those I see some back in the days I see some brutal fights, brutal knockouts, brutal slugging and then when I see science, I see hot the foot movement. Okay. Mm. I used to watch the old fight like by the great Bob Foster fought. He was light heavyweight. But he was beating everybody. But he had one of the wicked right left hands ever. But he cannot be the heavyweight. Cannot be heavyweight. I even watched some footage of George Foreman when he was for the '68 Olympics. Um, that was controversial too, because like that. Oh, there he is, the one and only brother Clarence McLean in the
What's
building.
up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Pardon the couple minutes of being late, but black folk ain't never on time.
Man, you never on time, man. We gotta work on it. We gotta work on that, man.
We got to work on it, people.
You gotta work on. How you feel, bro?
Oh man, you know me, man. I'm running around in this house like a chicken with my head cut off, man. Just trying to take care of stuff before the wife get home. Still not
Man,
done for that. but I said I have to come on here, and so I had to take a break to jump on to holler at my brother.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We ain't gonna keep you love. You gotta lead, get things done. It's all right.
It's all
Yeah, I was talking about some old school fights and everything that I used to watch back in the days, but we're going to get into it right now. The fights for this weekend. We got Devin Haney. He fighting Saturday. And also we got Tank Davis. Tank Davis is fighting Sunday. So which one you want to start off first?
I'm probably more interested in the Devin Haney because I'm more
Okay.
familiar. I'm more familiar with his opponent.
Mhm.
Pitbull Cruz. I only know him because he fought on the same card as Tank, and that was the Leo Santa Cruz card. But I don't know much about him. The fight is on a Sunday. I don't think it's worth what they're asking for. Um, but I might end up. You know me. I always change my mind. I might tell you I might not look at it, but I might glance at it. But being that it's on a Sunday, man, I'm not too sure about it. I feel like um, if the Jojo Diaz and Devin Haney fight was that Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and Tank would have been that Saturday, maybe I would have been more interested because it'd have been like, okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Sundays, I don't expect to look at any boxing on a
It's
Sunday.
weird though. It's
It's
weird.
weird. It's weird, and
Weird,
even if
yeah.
I did, I don't know if I want to pay that. I mean, for that fight, I just don't. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. Like if we, I'm saying like why couldn't it be Devin Devin Haney Friday and Tank Davis Saturday? I mean, that's
Floyd knows what he's doing.
he definitely Floyd definitely
Him
knows
and,
what he's
him and
doing.
Leonard Ellaby, they the one to pick these dates. They know what they're doing. This will be the. It's funny how Tank and Devin Haney, the two top at 135, actually are fighting in the same week. Now it's not like Devin's fighting this week and Tank is fighting next week. Then I'd be like, yo, great. But it is some type of excitement because what a way to end the year. You know what I'm saying? So we really like in the month of December. What a way to end the year to have Tank and Haney in the same
Yeah,
back to back Saturday and Sunday.
yeah,
Hey man, what more could we ask for?
yeah. So yeah, all right, cool. Let's get into Devin Haney fight. What you see what you see in that fight against Jojo Diaz?
Well, if Haney fights a smart fight, he'll be victorious, which he always does. But I would say, I should say, if JoJo fights a smart fight and does what he got to do, he could be victorious.
Hmm.
I think everybody is going to be on the edge of their seats now, being that Tiafimo just lost. Because remember, he was a part of the. Remember, Tio was a part of the Four Kings. Remember, it was always him,
Was
Tank, Ryan. Then you had Tiafimo. I guess they kicked him. I guess they booted him out the group. So
Caboose Day.
and Ryan, you know what? Ryan, I don't even want to see him. He shouldn't even be. He shouldn't even be in the group.
Nah, I
He
could
should
be
be
in
on,
there.
he should be on the outside looking in. That's where
Yeah.
he should be.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see what'll happen this week.
Yeah.
You have to expect the unexpected. Now, Jojo Diaz is no bum, so we can't treat him like that.
Nah, you can't treat him like that. Yeah, he
We
he
can't
he
treat him
he, he
like that.
going to win. He coming to win.
He's coming to win. But what
Come
makes
on.
it more interesting this week is that the same man who just had his fight this Saturday, who pulled it off and beat Teofimo Lopez, will actually be in Vegas this week to witness the Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz. And that's congratulations to George Campos, who will be there
Yeah,
this week to see.
yeah, yeah. Major player now. He's a major player now. Got to put some
And
respect in his name now. He's a major player now. He got the belts.
you
You
can
know
go
what?
from you can listen. You can easily go from being the hunter to the hunted, and that's
That's
what
it.
it is.
Yeah,
That's what it
hunted
is
now.
for George now. Everybody wanted to call him out as soon as he won. You had Shakur calling. You had it. Everybody was calling him for now. So everybody wants a piece of him.
Yeah, and But is he in the interesting position now? Because basically he could write his own ticket. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say Telefino. What you when you was a champion? What dumb? I'm gonna tell you the dumb thing you did. Why you didn't put the why you didn't put the rematch clause in?
I don't think he could. I
I
don't
mean
know if he could.
before.
I don't know if he could. I don't know. I'm trying to find that out now. I don't think he could. I don't think he. I think it's because he was mandatory. I don't know if he could have put a rematch clause.
Oh, it
Matter of
was a
fact,
mandatory, right?
matter of fact, George said after the fight that we could do a rematch in Australia. We can go out to where my backyard is to do a rematch. And I don't know what happened after that. So he did throw it out there and say we could do this again. He was willing to give him a shot the same way T.O. gave him a shot. So
There
it's
you
like,
go. Yeah. Yeah, we can make that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what T.O. man. Hey, he can. I was you. I take it.
it kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me after Cotto beat Zab,
Yeah.
and I remember somebody saying, "Well, if they had a rematch, it would have been in Puerto Rico," and I'm like, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
No, but it never happened. So you know what I mean. We won't see it now. But I am interested to see if Haney pulls that off this week. To see a George Kambosos and Devin Haney would be crazy.
Up there, I feel that it has to happen. If Devin could beat Joe Diaz, that I don't think it's going to be an easy fight that people think it is, though.
Oh no, no, it's no way. He's not cherry picking. So fighting Jojo Diaz is not cherry picking. And
No.
originally, I give Devin Haney respect for it because it was supposed to be Ryan Garcia's punk ass that was supposed to be taking on JoJo.
Yeah. And also, too, and you know what? And also, too, bro, like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, we here said, what's up to you?
Gee, what's up, bro?
Say, what's up to you? And everybody else in the chat. Yeah, but, I said for me that, I hope Devin Haney trained hard for the fight. I hope he mentally ready for the fight. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I think that but I think the one thing he's an excellent fighter, but I do question at times of his power. But I'm gonna tell you, I believe that if he move up to 140, I think you will see his power.
Who we
But
speaking about? Haney?
Haney, yes.
Um, yeah. Even Tio, even Tiafimo, I would like to see him up there at 140.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, like I told people, one loss does not define your career. You understand what I'm saying? It's about how you come back from it. I would love to see him up there at 140. I would love to see. We see what Tank did, even though Tank is between 135, 140, but he said he feels more comfortable at 135. But I would love to see all of them up there. And this is why I say none of them cannot avoid each other. Nobody can hide because if everybody plans on moving to the same weight class, even if it's not at the same time,
Mhm.
we are going to have to see each other one way or the other. It's basically like this, right? I'm going to get off this subject for just 1 second. It's like if Crawford said he was going to 154, and if Spence said he was going to 154. At some point, okay, the fight didn't happen at one. So people say, well, if the fight happened, if it didn't happen at 147, what makes you think it's going to happen at 154? Hey, at some point, it's going to happen. Rather if it's 147 or 154, it's gonna happen, man. So yeah, seeing Haney at weight at 140 would be great. There's a lot of talent at 140. You got Regis Prograis, you got Ramirez, you got Josh Taylor. Oh man, it's a stacked division up there, man. There's so many others that I probably missed out. One of Gary Russell brothers is up there.
Yeah.
It's a stacked division, man. You got Mario Barris. Like I said, one loss does not define your career. He's still a threat. So it's a lot of talent up there at 140, man. I just can't wait to see next year how it all plays out.
Yeah, I think that I think 135 and 140. I said for the next 6 years is set, and and even the welterweight. I think the welterweight is going to take a dip a little bit, but I think within that it's going to pick up again because I said Haney. I would say Shakura because Shakura's at 130, and Shakura he's still young.
Yeah.
And I think during his career, I look at Haney. I look at Heaney and Telefino. I think in 2 years I think they could jump up to welterweight.
Um,
What do you think about that?
they could, but I doubt if they will. Um, I think they'll be patient with it because that'll be the smartest thing. Because even in 2 years, they'll still be young. Devin
Yes.
just Devin just last week. Devin just turned 23. So in 2 years from now, he's 25. He's still in his. He'll still be a hot young. You know what I'm saying? Champ out here, even in 2 years. So who knows? Anything can happen. But I can't. In 2 years, I don't know. Maybe it may be because after a while, you start running out of competition. But him and Bill, they're both smart businessmen. Um, Haney's he's a young smart business man. So I'm sure they'll put their heads together and come up with something. But right now, their focus is on destroying 135 and hopefully going to 140 and accomplishing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. And also, I like. So tell us what Damon Haney got to do to beat JoJo Diaz? What I mean? What
Oh, well, I can't say what he got to do. What I can say is what he shouldn't do is go in there and try to make JoJo look stupid. Box a smart fight, you know what I'm saying? Um, because one thing about JoJo, if it's up to JoJo, JoJo will stand there and brawl with you if he has to.
Yeah.
He's a smart fighter. Now what JoJo's gonna have to do with Haney, he has that kind of like he reminds me so much of Mayweather. Haney. He reminds me so much of him, and he got the little shoulder roll down pack and all that.
Mhm.
He's gonna have to go in there, and I don't want to say try to outbox him because it's kind of hard to do that with Haney, but stay in the pocket. That's the best thing I can say, for him to do, man, because he just has that style that just can't be beat. You know, he has amazing talent. When you speak about Haney, Haney is so amazing. So it's kind of hard to break it down and say what he shouldn't do or what he should do. But it's going to be great. It's going to be more hard than what people think it is. I'm sure some people are thinking in their mind that Haney's going to get JoJo out of here, but let's put a little bit respect on his name. JoJo, like I said, is no slouch. He's no pushover. This is not a guy that we ain't never heard of. This is not a cherry pick where this guy is from a part of the world we never heard of. Like Pitbull Cruz. I ain't never heard of him until he was on the card with Tank. Other than that, I never heard of this guy. I don't even know how this guy is going to do. But I am familiar with JoJo. I'm familiar with him and I'm familiar with Haney. It is going to be great. I wish that fight was here in the city. I would have probably broke my neck to try to get to that. But it's all right though. But it's going to be great though. I tell you that. This week is going to be a week to remember in the sport of boxing. And not just for us media guys, but even for fans. You know what I mean? This is definitely going to be a week to remember. I would never forget this weekend or forget any of the past fights that have happened in the last 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what about the Tank Davis fight?
Tank is not used to fighting somebody smaller than him. But what's so funny is Cruz is used to fighting somebody taller than him, and I think Tank has maybe an inch up on him. So we have to see how Tank deals with that, dealing with somebody a little smaller than him. because I believe Gamboa, I think Gamboa probably had like an inch, maybe an inch up on Tank.
Yeah.
And so Tank has never fought somebody who's, smaller than him. But it's funny, vice versa. Cruz has fought somebody a little taller than him. Um, I don't know. I'm not expecting the fight to go 12 rounds. I'm gonna tell you that. They can call this guy a pit bull. They can call him the Mexican Mike Tyson. I don't care what you call him. I'm not expecting it to go 12 rounds.
Me either. I think I'll probably go like the maybe ninth or 10th.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and some people might not agree. All roads are going to lead to Tank and Haney at some point. It's just crazy how they're having to fight the same week. At some point, they're going to see each other. I don't care if it's 135 or 140. Some people say, hey, Floyd ain't going to make it happen. He don't want it to happen. Well, let me explain something to you. When you want another fighter, I understand your promoter, he makes the decisions. It's his job to make the fight happen. When these fights can't happen and your promoters are not making it because they're too busy trying to protect your career, then you need to go to a promoter who is going to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, this is what you do. Floyd had his time to shine. He had his time to fight who he wanted to fight. And whoever he didn't fight, there's nothing we can do about it. But you can't make your career out to be somebody else's. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You gotta let this guy go out here and take all the best fights he can take. And I want to see Haney and I want to see Tank. And rather if it's 2 years from now, 3 years, it's gonna happen. And if not, then at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and what's best for your family. Now, some people are gonna say I'm crazy for that. Why leave TMT, all that money he getting? I don't care how much money I'm getting. I don't care about that. I'm fighting. I'm not just fighting for money. I'm fighting for legacy. I'm fighting for pride. I want to, when I go to the Hall of Fame, I want to be proud about I got to the Hall of Fame because I fought the best and I didn't fight a bunch of pillows or fight a bunch of tomato cans. I don't want to be known for that. You know what I mean? So let's see how it goes next year and the year after, man. I have a good feeling some things are going to happen. Excuse me, I had to close my window because you can hear the sirens in the back, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What they saying on the chat, man? What the people
Escacho said, yeah, it needs to happen next year. What is you talking about, Escacho? If you wants to come up, feel free, brother. You can come up too.
He's probably talking about Haney and Tank, which next year that's not going to happen. It'll take another 2 years probably for that.
Yeah.
Anything's possible, but not with Floyd. You got to remember, Floyd knows Tank and he knows Haney. Those are both like his little brothers. This is why I say it's sad. You might have to push him out the way for it to happen. Just like people leaving Bob Arum because they can't get the fights they want. You know what I mean? And it's sad because all these idiots keep signing with Bob, knowing that what type of person Bob is. And then when things don't go your way, y'all quick to take your basketball and run home. Like, stop doing it. All you up and coming fighters, if you amateurs, stop doing it. Y'all got to stop doing it. You know what I mean? And Shakur Stevenson, mark my words, he's the next one that's going to leave Top Rank. Not now because he's still young and he has to continue to build himself. But mark my words, because they're treating him the same way they did Floyd and everybody else. He was supposed to fight Oscar Valdez. They giving him Oscar Valdez leftovers for church. And he asked for Oscar. Like, it's crazy how they're doing Shakur, man. One of the most talented dudes in the game next to Haney and Tank. And you know what I mean? And this is how they treat the kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you like this. But all right, we're gonna go get to Terry Haney. Let's go about Tank Davis.
What's up? What about my man Tank?
Yeah, what you think? What you think? Tank gonna do, man? You think he gonna knock him out and everything?
I'll give it 4 or 5 rounds the most. I'm not taking nothing away from the Mexican's hand, but I'm just saying. 12 rounds, I'll be surprised. But at the end of the day, anything can happen in the sport of boxing, man. anything, but I can't see it going no 12 rounds. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'll say anywhere. I'll be nice and say anywhere between maybe 5-6 rounds. That's the most. That's the most I can give it. I'm not gonna give it anything past that. Nothing past that. I can see Jojo Diaz going longer in the Haney fight than I can see this guy going with Tank. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think the here, Escacha right here. Okay. Welcome, brother. How you doing?
That's just my opinion.
What's going on, Escacha?
Is this mic muted?
No, his mic not muted. Should say something. Yeah, he come on. Yeah, but I think I'll probably look at 4 rounds for Tank Davis.
Yeah, well, that's like I said. I see JoJo lasting longer with Haney than I see this guy lasting with Tank. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that Tank will do what you gotta do. He'll go to the body, switch it up. You got him in the corner, and that's it.
Well, this guy probably hasn't felt a lot of power. So probably the first couple of punches that he takes from Tank, you got to see how you react to it. Now, if he walks through Tank's punches, then Tank gonna have a problem. And if Tank can walk through his punches, then he got a problem. And Tank can take some punches. We seen what Leo Santa Cruz, a bigger man, did to him. And he was walking through some of Cruz's punches, and I was like, anybody else, they would have been tasting the canvas, but this guy just walked through the punches like it was nothing. So, Tank is just something cut from a different cloth, man. And all I know is next year, I don't want to hear about these no-name, or not these no-name people, because this guy, Pitbull Cruz, I don't know much of him, but okay, whatever. When he was getting ready to fight Rolly, I was like, okay, well, cool. A lot of people was like, well, what did Rolly do to deserve a shot? But what did this guy do to deserve a shot? Cruz, what did he do? You know what I mean? So next year, the names got to be a little more up there. They have to be a little more up there where we can look back and say, okay, cool. Like if he fought Jojo, if Tank fought the Jojo Diaz, or if he fought a Ryan, which this is the guy that they got to get out there and make fight, because Ryan keep constantly calling Tank's name out, and every time when it's time to fight Tank, now you got bipolar depression, you schizophrenic, you got mental health, you done broke your hand. Next thing you know, you gonna break your big toe. Like, there's always something with this kid. I'm sick of him. And if Golden Boy was smart, I'll cut him loose. Because what am I paying you for? What am I paying you? Like I don't get it. You know what I mean? These promoters got to, or not even just the promoters, but these sanctioning bodies. They got to, like I said, they got to start hitting these fighters where it hurt. Start fining them. Something, man. You know what I mean? You can't just take the belts away from them, because if you take the belts away from them, a lot of them are not going to be bothered by it. Only thing they're going to do is go fight back for the same belt you took away from them. So once they come off their suspension or whatever. But when you hit somebody where I was taught you can hit somebody where it hurts, you hit them in the pockets. That hurts. When you finding them $25,000, $20,000, like, some of them don't want to get hit with that. So we have to take more responsibilities and just stop letting these guys fight who they want to fight. And these promoters need to just stop being about money and start trying to really make these fights happen.
Got you. We got Escacha in the building.
Good afternoon, brothers. How you guys doing?
Hey, how you feeling, brother?
Pretty good. Sorry about that. I had to switch from my laptop to my phone because I keep on forgetting that my microphone on my laptop just don't work. So I'm on the phone right now. So what are you guys
Man,
talking about? You guys talk. So
I
what do you
thought
guys talk about? Tank?
I thought Bob Arum had took you off for a second.
No. It's all good. It's all good. So you guys talk about the Tank, right? I said I
Yes.
think that fight is gonna last like until at least like 6 rounds because they want to put on a show, for the fight because they don't want Tank to knock this guy out because we all know. To be honest, though, not a lot of people are looking for this fight because we already know the outcome. But like I said, I think they're gonna let this fight go on for at least like 6 rounds, and Tank might actually get this guy up out of here at 7. But like I said, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Instead of Tank fighting this guy, why can't they just put in Gary Russell Jr.'s? I mean, I know, what's his name, Al and Gary Russell don't see eye to eye right now, but that would have been a good fight, Tank versus Gary Russell, because Gary Russell is a veteran. You know what I mean? But we all know what Floyd's trying to do. He's trying to give Tank the easy fights, and like I said, we already know the outcome of these fights. You know what I mean? To be honest, though, because the Tank in this Cruz fight is not selling. It's not selling because we already know the outcome of this fight, man. And I like Tank as a fighter. I love Tank, but it's time for him to step up and fight these younger guys. He needs to start calling out Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. Well, Lopez already lost, so he's already out of the picture. You know what I mean? He needs to stop. He needs to stop calling out all these big name guys, and it's not let Floyd dictate his career, man. Because you know what I mean? Because he can't keep going and fighting all these Mexican guys because we don't care about these fights, man. We don't care about these fights. We want to see Tank fight these younger guys. We want to see him against Haney. We want to see him against Shakur Stevenson. We want to see him against Lomachenko. All those guys, man. I'm sick and tired of watching him fight these damn Mexican guys because we already know the fucking outcome, and it's really sickening.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that, and I mean, we already know why the Tank and Gary Russell will never happen because so many things too that Gary has said about Floyd. So I think right now he's like Gary's in a blackball situation. I feel like he wants to fight, and he definitely wants that Tank fight, but it's just so much more than boxing that's keeping this fight from happening. And we know that Floyd plays a role in that, but that fight right there between Tank and Gary will be so big for the DMV for Gary being from DC and Tank being from Maryland. We already know the rivalry with that, so that will be something great. But it's just sad to say we won't see it happen though. But it for 2022, it would be great. It would be a great.
Right.
That would be so great.
Right, because we all know between two brothers, a fight sells very well. It really does. Between two black fighters, a headline pay-per-view, it sells very well. It sells very well.
Yeah. You take two guys like that. You put them in. You make the fight in New York. You don't even make it a Vegas fight. You take two guys right there, and one from Maryland, one from DC. You take that fight. You put it in the Barclays Center in New York, and that fight will sell because the people from DC and Maryland is not far from New York, and they will not mind traveling, up this way to see that. So that would be something amazing. But it's just so sad how it won't happen, man. But if it was up to me, I'll make the fight happen tomorrow or have them sign contracts. It just doesn't work like that, man. We just have to wait to see what happens with Tank's career.
Right. But like I said, Tank, the first thing Tank needs to do, he needs to be more of a man. He needs to know how to speak for himself and not let Floyd dictate his career. Yeah. I hate that. I just hate watching. I just hate watching Tank in the press conference, and he just lets Floyd do all the talking for him. Nah, Tank needs to be more of a man. He needs to know how to speak up for himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what else your brothers was talking about?
We was talking about Devin Haney too and Tank Davis fights. What's your take on
that? Oh wow. I don't know, man. If to me, well, first of all, Devin Haney, he has to take care of Joe Diaz before we even think about anything. That's the first thing he needs to do. Once he take care of Joe Diaz, then he has to take care of Joe's Cambosis. And we all know that Joe's Composers right now, I hate to say this, but he is the A side right now because he has almost all the belts. He doesn't have the WBC yet belt, but right now he has almost all the belts. And from what I'm hearing, they're saying that he wants to fight in Australia. And I don't know how the hell they're gonna fight in Australia because the last time I checked, Australia is on lockdown. So but like I said, they said that George Composer he will be attended at the Devin Haney and Jill Diaz fight. And like I said, if like Devin Haney takes care of business, I mean, and then George Composer is getting in the ring, I mean, we can start selling that fight right there, man. But like I said, right now, like I said, I want to see the undisputed between, you know, Devin Haney and George Cosnosis. But like I said, Devin Haney has to get by Jojo Diaz first, man. Like I said, once we take care of that, then we can stop promoting this undisputed fight between these two. And like I said, I'll say this though, because you guys are not saying, but I'm glad that Lopez is out of the way because Lopez, you know, he was talking like he was the catch me out in the bag, man. Like he could do everything he wants, man. Because like I said, he was just dodging Devin Haney. He was dodging Devin Haney. He was talking about going up to 140 and all this shit. And like I said, he was overlooking George Canosis too. And you know, Cambosis came in and he whooped that ass, man. So I'm glad that Teofimo Lopez is out of the way, man. But like I said, man, first thing, Devin Haney, he has to get by George Cambosis first. First he has to get by Joe Diaz first. Then, like I said, we could do this undisputed with George Canosis. And like I said, if Devin Haney wins that fight, and then maybe we could start talking about maybe a talk of Devin Haney versus Tank Davis and maybe 2022 or maybe earlier 2023, which that would be a good fight, man. It'll be a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm. So what else were you brothers talking about other than that?
But basically, we was talking about the two fights, and also we go talk about old fights, old matches. Like, do you have any matches in the past that you see?
During that time, I was like during the 90s, I was still a little bit young at the time. You know, most of the time I was watching cartoons.
Oh,
But yeah, man, I was during that time, man, I was still a little kid at that time, so I wasn't really watching a lot of boxing at that time, man. But I would say my favorite fight was probably when I was watching it like on ESPN with my old man during that time. I would say Mike Tyson. Man, Mike Tyson was a badass during that time, man. The most fierce man in boxing. You know what I mean? But yeah, not really much, man. Not really much. Like I said, man, I was just a young kid at that time, man. You know, first thing on my mind was just cartoons. You know what I mean? But like I said, when my father would turn on his boxing, I'll watch it, and like I said, I'll watch it with him. And like I said, man, most of the time my father would have watched Mike Tyson because he was a big Mike Tyson fan out there in that era, man. But I would say this though, that today with today's boxing, I mean, like I said, none of these guys and like I said, none of these fighters ain't trying to fight the best anymore. You know, most of these guys are just looking for a big payday nowadays, man. And that's why we can't get big fights anymore. You know what I mean?
mm. Yeah, but I'm looking forward for them two fights though. I'm really looking forward for that, and also I'm looking for what they're gonna do after. I'm very, very concerned. Oh, tell people about your channel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, well, with my channel, like I said, I talk mostly almost anything on the channel, but mostly I do a lot of gaming on the channel. And like I said, I just talk about whatever comes to mind on my channel. So like I said, if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, it's up to you guys. I don't like to force people to subscribe to my. I like I said, I don't have I mean, how can I say it? Um, I'm not going to force you to subscribe, but if you want to, it's up to you. But like I appreciate it. But like I said, mostly on the channel, like I said, it's mostly just game, man. And I just talk about whatever comes to mind on the channel, man. Like I said, I could talk boxing, I could talk politics, I could talk MMA. I just talk about whatever comes to mind, man, on the channel. Like I said, if you want to subscribe, it's up to you.
Okay, got you. And also, while he looks familiar, he be when I do MMA, it be him and George Page. They be on they be on. We do MMA too. So I want you to check it out every Sunday, 7 o'clock, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clarence, tell them about your links, please.
I'm on IG, McLean Clarence. I got a podcast on IG called the No Duck Zone Podcast. I have another podcast that I'm going to be bringing up on YouTube, expected in January. It's called McLean's Promotion. Both of those platforms. Basically, I speak boxing. I mean, I can speak other stuff, but 95% of the time, that's what I speak about. But if anybody want to check that out, I'm on IG. You check me, McLean Clarence. You'll see it come up in No Duck Zone Podcast in January. I'll be on YouTube with McLean's Promotion. So I got two different platforms that people could check me out on.
Cool. Hey, Bruce, come on to the panel. Come on to the panel, Bruce. Got the one and only Bruce Goes. Come on to the panel. Yeah,
What up?
yeah,
Go.
salute. Yeah, salute. Yeah, but I said, I said a few minutes ago that I believe they were gonna do it in Ford, and I look at the other fighters thing. He had an okay record, but we want to see Tank Davis the fight some big fights, man. We want to see him, to see what's up with especially in the junior welterweight, the 144 weight class and stuff like that. So I'm really looking for. We were looking for. I want to look for that. There are some people said that Tank Davis should go back down to 135. I don't know about that. I think he should. So I think he should. I think that there is some fights in the 135 range and even 140. So there's some fights on there that could definitely could happen. So what do y'all think about that? Clarence probably didn't hear that. I was saying, brother Clarence, that Pete Dale, some people said that Tank Davis should move back down to 135. I said he should stay. I think he should stay at 140
Well,
because
well,
there's quite a few fights.
well, Tank didn't move to 140. He just had that fight at 140. He said that he's campaigning at 135. The 135 is what he feel more comfortable at. So everybody thinks because he went up before Mario Barris, oh, now he's fighting at 140. No. He could if he wanted to, but he said he felt more comfortable at 135. So I don't know if we're gonna ever see him have another fight at 140. And if it do, it's gonna be somebody he can easily cruise through.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
If he said 135, there's a lot. Ooh. Next year should be lit up for 135.
I mean, let's listen. Let's be real. Do you think if Floyd will not let him risk himself against somebody who's just as dangerous as him at 135, why would he do it at 140? He's not going to do that. It's going to be a tomato can, and I'm not calling Mario Barris a tomato can, but nobody called Mario Barris a threat neither. I mean, some people were just like, "Oh man, he ain't nobody," and I'm like, "Damn!" But that's Mario Barris. Like you talking about when Tank got to him, this guy was undefeated. Like Tank had to cross over to his side of the street to go see him. So I can't see him if he ever had to really campaign at 140. It's going to be somebody hard. It'll be a tomato can.
Got you.
I agree with you with that. I agree with you. No, but be honest though, I didn't even know who the hell Mario Barra was, man. I didn't know who that guy was. Man. I really didn't know who he was, man. That's the thing with Tank, man. He fights all these tomato guys. I never heard these guys. Like I said, if he's gonna go up to 140, Why don't he try to fight Josh Taylor or like Regis Prograis, all those guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are guys who actually called him out too. Yeah, you got Ramirez. You got so many. You have so many savages at 140, but I can't see Floyd accepting that. I can see him and Limit Ellaby saying, "Hell no, don't worry about this, Tank. We got this. You ain't fighting him."
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we just never gonna know if he's really the goods. You know what I mean? Because I need to see, like I said, I need to see Tank go up against these guys that actually could give him a run, man. I can't keep watching them fighting all these nobodies, these nobody Mexican fighters. Shit gets played out way too much already, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. We wanted. That's what I'm saying. I think let's talk about that then. I think that I feel that Tank. I mean Tank should just step up and fight some good competition, man. You know what I mean? So
Well, like I said, Floyd is too busy trying to protect his career and make his career to what he was. You cannot do that. You can't do that. You got to let that man go out there and make his decisions on who he wants to fight. You know, Floyd too much is too much. He's in the spotlight too much. I love Floyd. I'm a big Floyd Mayweather fan, big fan. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I didn't correct or say what he's doing wrong, then I'm being a fanboy, and that's what a fanboy is. These fanboys don't want to correct what their favorite fighters are doing. Oh man, they ain't doing
yeah,
nothing wrong. That's their job. No, man, I'm not
yeah,
gonna be a fanboy. If I feel like you're not doing something right, I'm gonna say it. And there's times where I don't agree with every decision Floyd makes. But Tank,
yeah,
just you're protecting his career, you're babying him. You can't do that, man. You gotta let that man go out there and bang with the best. Now, I'm not saying go out there and let Tank get hurt. Now, as a promoter, it is his job to make sure that your fight is okay. I understand you don't want him to get hurt and you don't want him to be damaged, but this is the hurt game. This is
yeah,
what you got picked to do. You know, you gotta let him spread his wings and fly. But
yeah,
we don't know when that's gonna happen. But at some point, uh Devin Haney, Tank, Shakur, Lopez, all these guys are at some point are going to have to see each other. I just don't want it to be 10 years from now when these guys are out of their prime.
right,
Or when you know that shit. Oh, we had to marinate the fight, and then like I said, one of these unknown guys comes up and just fucks up the the big fights.
Uh-huh.
Like I said,
Uh-huh.
this shit needs to happen now. It needs to happen now. No
Right
more of this
now. Not
marinate fight.
yeah.
Yo, let's get brother Bruce in the building, the one
So
and only.
okay, okay, Bruce. That's how you feel this afternoon, Bruce?
Always, bro. That's my antidepressant. What's happening, Clarence, my brother? The grinder.
Bruce, man,
Who's my other man up here?
yeah, brother, gotcha. Introduce yourself,
Gosh,
brother.
how do you pronounce that again, bro?
Everybody always have a problem with announcing my name. It's XA Gucha 23.
Exegucha 23.
Yep.
Pleased to meet you, brother.
It's nice to meet you too, bro. How you doing, man?
Oh, bro, life couldn't be better, man. Life is dishing me out great days, great times. I'm on here tripping boxing at 4:30 in the afternoon. My brother, the Grinder, man, I get a personal invite. I did a show today. The Grinder stopped on. Clarence was there, man. Yeah, it's a great day, bro. 37 comfortable degrees out here, man. Just enjoying boxing, loving life, man.
Hey Bruce, I see you had the link out. I wanted to get on with you, but I was in the middle of cleaning up, and I said I can't even get on with Bruce. But I'm gonna get you on your next.
I hear you, brother. There'll be plenty of times, though. There's always a welcome mat for you guys. You know, anytime I'm out there, man. It really it brightens up the show. You know, I know I got good boxing minds in there. You know, it's a class operation when you guys come on. It increases the real estate value of the room. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, Bruce. Now we was talking about the both fights this week. Devin Haney and Tank Davis. What's your take on those fights?
Okay, man. Well, you know what we saw this weekend, it only goes to prove that anything can happen in boxing. You know, who thought Teofimo Lopez was going to get beat by George Kambosos?
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't even know who George Kambosos was until a few weeks ago. You know, he sounded like somebody out of an Alice in Wonderland movie. You know, bro. I mean, you know, and this was an event. This could be fight of the year, definitely upset of the year, man. I mean, there's been so many of them this year. So that's why I'm saying we're heading into this weekend. We got Tank Davis against Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz is in there for business, man. This this could be a great fight. You know, Devin Haney. You know, I mean, the sky's the limit for Devin Haney. Everybody wants to see if he's got a little bit more power. You know, if he goes in there and dances around to an ugly decision, then you know, I think he's blowing his shot, because right now the lightweight division is wide open. It's hot. I mean, Devin Haney's in a position where, you know, he can dictate terms. But, you know, as in any other sport, we like grand slams. You know, we like the Hail Marys. You know, we like those pick sixes. We like the knockout punch. And Devin Haney, I think for him to really to rise in this muddle, the lightweight muddle, I think he has to show that he's something special. He's a great boxer, fantastic defense, man. You know, you're not going to hit Devin Haney with a handful of rice unless he gets in the trenches with you. But bro, I think he's got to do that and show some excitement. And they're saying, you know, Devin Haney's developing into his man strength, bro. You know, I kind of know what that's all about, man. Because, you know, I think the 35-year-old me would have kicked the shit out of the 25-year-old me. So, man, that's what I think about that man. And, you know, I once again, awesome fight. And then Tank Davis, man. You know, Tank Davis, he's knocking everybody out. You know, he doesn't know if he's a junior lightweight, a lightweight, or a junior welterweight, bro. I mean, you know, he's got three regular title belts. I'd like to see him accomplish a little bit more within the divisions that he chooses to fight in, especially the lightweight division. You know, we just had the four queens, I like to call them, man. You know, they're all clamoring for title fights with each other. They're doing more yapping over the internet while they're going at it with each other. I mean, it's crazy. It's entertaining, but what happens? Contract terms get sent. No contracts get signed. You know, and none of them are fighting each other now. Now, man, maybe we can see something happen in this lightweight division.
Hey, Bruce, yeah, what happened to the meeting with Bob?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the meeting with Bob. Well, you know, I'm going to tell you, T.O., you can always come back to Bob. You know, you know, that's where your heart is. But I don't know, man. You know, as far as those two fights go, there's been so much inactivity amongst them. You know, I think Tank's been a little more active. Man, you know, Devin's fairly active, but these guys are all coming out of a lot of downtime, and like Tio just showed, man, anything can happen. Who expected George Kambosos to get up there and beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez? Because that's what he did, man. He gave him a beat down, bro. That eye was all like a plum. I mean, his face was covered in blood, and then, you know, and you got Teofimo Senior. My kid, anybody that knows boxing, you know my kid won that fight, man. That was a 10-2, 9-3 at the most, man. We got ripped off there. Even the fans in Brooklyn were booing. Yeah, they were booing. They were booing your son, man. They were booing because he was a sore loser.
Can I ask all the brothers that's up here a question? Is it me, or does his father seem like he used to have a drug habit?
I tell you, man.
Man. The guys walking around, they're sponsored by Bud Light now. I don't know how many Bud Lights he's had since that fight. I'd say he's probably about on his 100th one by now. But I mean, you know,
he looked like he was
he's
drunk.
a character.
It looked like he was actually drunk, man, because he was celebrating with fucking George Camosa, then with his son. You know what I mean? You saw that shit, right?
Yeah.
Now I could tell you one thing, Bruce. Wherever you smoke it, you need to get to his father. Maybe we'll calm him down.
You know, I've never been on a show on YouTube where I haven't had a good buzz on. This is my antidepressant, man. This my one of the few satisfactions I have in my life that isn't physical and part of my life.
You know
But
what
this
his
is
behavior? His behavior kind of reminds me of Danny Garcia's father, Angel Garcia.
there's so many of them in there. It's a shit
Oh
show when you look at all the fathers that.
God!
I
Yeah.
mean, look at Roy Jones Jr. His father was stealing all his money,
Yeah.
and we could go on and
And,
I mean, look,
and he shot his dog when he was a kid. I'm like, how do you shoot your son's
yeah.
dog? My God!
Buster Douglas's father, Billy Douglas, he was going nowhere with Billy Douglas until he went with I can't remember the trainer that he had, but I mean look, the rest is history. You know, what's his name there? His father was holding him back. The guy that beat Oscar De La Hoya, and his son is boxing now.
Shane Mosley.
Yeah, Shane Mosley. Same with Shane Mosley. I mean, it's been going on throughout history. Wilfred Benitez. I don't know if you remember Wilfred Benitez.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
His father, Gregorio, big gambler, was throwing his son, smashing his son at the end. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just not a bad. It's not a bad. It's a bad combination historically in boxing. You know, sometimes it works out, but see, you got an emotional thing going on in there. I think if T.O. Senior had any sense, he'd say, son, I can't do any more for you. I'm bringing in Gamache. I'm
Yeah.
bringing in a professional trainer. But you listen
Oh,
to what he said between rounds. That's
yeah.
not what it's supposed to be.
Also, you got one more for you. Remember Tracy Patterson, his stepfather Floyd
Oh yeah,
Patterson.
Floyd. Yeah.
Floyd
This,
Patterson always said derogatory to Tracy Patterson. I'm like,
Oh
what?
well,
I like what?
I got a better one. If you look at Floyd Mayweather and look at Floyd Senior.
there you go, bro. There you
Oh my
go.
God! Did you remember that HBO special? That HBO, I think I forgot who he was getting ready to fight, and him and Floyd were going back and forth. You would have thought they were. You would have thought they were just two guys that were friends and had a misunderstanding the way he was talking to his
Yeah,
father.
you have to love your father. And yesterday was the anniversary of my father's death. My dad died 48 years ago yesterday. So
Oh man, sorry to hear about that.
bro, I know the father. It's hey man, my dad's smiling down upon us, man. He's great. But anyway, that made me think a lot about this father son relationship going on, and
Yeah.
and Tio Senior. He can't do anything more for Teofimo Lopez. He's going to hinder his career if he goes into his next fight fighting like he fought in his last fight. If he fights somebody like Devin Haney and went into fight like he was fighting Cambosos, he get knocked out. Devin Haney would
I agree.
annihilate him.
You
He
know
had
what?
no defense. Thought he was Mike Tyson. You thought he was going in there for a knockout. He was even bragging about it. I'm gonna put you in the hospital first round.
Yesterday I was in the gym, and when I was in the gym yesterday, I was talking to Lou. I was talking to Lou Duval about this, and I told him the reason why I'm getting some feedback. Who's that? Okay, all right. I told him yesterday the reason why a lot of these fighters don't go get help, or the trainers don't, because I feel like the fathers don't want to bring in help because when their sons are successful, they want to be the ones to get credit for that. They don't want nobody else coming in and helping. Selfish.
This was a shit show. Teofimo said that this training camp cost him $250,000. Bro, that's a $250,000 for a training camp. Where
Right.
did that money go? I mean,
Wow.
you think maybe some of the money went there? I mean, 200. That's more than most fighters get, and he's complaining that he doesn't have any money in the bank now, bro. This kid's getting bad financial advice.
Well,
He,
somebody is robbing somebody.
Right.
yeah, somebody is, man. There's money being spent foolishly, but Teofimo's got to realize that, and if he doesn't improve right now, I don't see where he's going to make money to keep that big house going. Keep those
Yeah.
cars, and he's got a lot of people that are living off him and his family. Basically, that's it's a sad thing, but Teofimo he has to cut loose with the apron strings. I think for his own career, and his father should realize that he's not getting any better. He's stagnating. he needs a professional trainer. He needs somebody that can teach him some defense. I mean, he was in the ring with George Kambosos, who's no killer. And he was every time he hit him with that counter right hand or that lead right, he's busting him up in that eye. Damn, I don't know if he broke any bones in there. I don't know what happened, but I know he went to the hospital.
Keep in mind, Bruce, he had the opportunity to get George out of there. I think the 10th round, he had the opportunity to get him out of there, and at some point he just ran out of gas. He couldn't get George.
George fought the best fight of his life that night too, man. You know, the fight was postponed 3 times, and they were talking about, they're talking about the mental problems that Teofimo has, where his wife's divorcing him. Man, I'm hearing stories, about the kid where just his wife just had a baby, and I don't even want to say what I heard about things like that. But it's an ugly mess, and Teofimo is bringing a lot of that mental baggage in the ring with him, which is what an elite boxer has to check that in the locker room. And not bring that in with him. Now, but the same can be said for Kambosos. From what I understand, his wife just had a baby. He couldn't get back in the country because it was on lockdown, and plus there was the fight was canceled 3 times. His grandfather passed away. He didn't have a chance to mourn his grandfather. So I mean, there was heavy heavy hardships on both sides. But it seems like Kambosos, he was the professional. He turned that off. He went in that ring with a sole purpose. I mean, he looked fantastic. He looked like he was a world beater that night. And man, if he can, he says he's going to attend the Haney and the Diaz fight, and he's going to pull up on the winner. And bro, that's just more magic that's happening in that 135 division. That's going to be interesting as hell Saturday night.
I just saw a video. I saw a video with George. They in Vegas now. I just watched the video on YouTube when he came to Vegas. He's in Vegas. He's in Vegas already. He was checking in the hotel. He's in Vegas. So he's at the MGM Grand and he's ready.
Let me go read this now. Let me read this first. Cooking with CR. I want to say what's up to them. It says it's rare the father works too long. The son either grows the training out of the father, or the son starts smelling himself and stop listening. And he said also it could be sniff, maybe.
Oh, we already know what that is. Yeah.
Oh man, $250,000 on a training camp. I'd like to see some receipts, bro. We all talk about receipts on the internet here, man. I want to see some paper receipts, I want to see from Home Depot where the money for that ring, and I want to see the the Piggly Wiggly receipts, how much groceries was spent, and the training partners, how much was spent on that, and then when the miscellaneous fund, that's where that's where you're going to do some investigating into that the petty cash draw, so to speak.
Right? I can't send you to the supermarket to give me 2 boxes of cereal, a gallon of milk, and bread, and I give you $100, and you come back with $14. We got a problem.
We got a big problem. Yeah, exactly. That's core, like Bruce said. That's $250,000. That's a lot of money for a camp.
But being the person that Lopez is, he's not going to ask any questions.
Well, see, that I think is the problem, man. Is he going to stay loyal to his father? And because he seems like he's acting more and more like his father, is he going to? Hey, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I'm staying with my dad. He's been with me from day one. You guys.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Danny Garcia is going to do it. There's so many. There's fighters out there that's not like. I'll say Lopez, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter are 3 fighters where they can't do it. But we have seen guys walk away from their fathers. I've seen Zab Judah walk away from UL Judah. I've seen Floyd Mayweather walk away from him. It's possible if you're smart enough, but the problem is some of these guys is like, I don't want my father to feel no kind of way, or if I fire my father, he's still my father. And when holidays come up, I got to still look at him. I got to still sit at the kitchen table and look at him. It's hard to look across the table and look at my father knowing I just fired him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, preach.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard.
It's extremely difficult, man. You know, having that personal and that
Yeah.
professional relationship. Where do you draw the line, bro? I mean, it's insanity. But if Tiafimo Senior had any compassion for had any fight smarts, he'd look at the tape and he'd see the shortcomings. He'd see what he did in the ring. He didn't have a calming effect. If anything, he was getting Tio more excited. You know, man, go out for that knockout. What are you doing, son? What are you doing? What are you letting this kid do that to you for? I mean, you know, a fighter
Oh
says,
man.
"Remember what we worked on in the gym." A proper trainer said, "Remember what that overhand right. You know, you have to keep moving that head. You can't go straight backwards. You've got to move side to side. You've got to counter with that left hook, bro. I mean, you know, you can keep it small and concise, but you can't say you got to go knock him out. What are you letting that kid do that to you for, man?"
Yeah.
And then afterwards, what do you say? You know, we won that fight. We're gonna go out and party, man. Dude, I don't know, man. You know, to me personally, I'm gonna say that Tiafimo Senior has got to go. If Tiafimo Junior wants to progress, the old man has to go, whether he gets kicked out or whether he voluntarily leaves.
Well,
It's just it's obvious, bro.
well,
There's
I
got to
tell
be
you what.
a change made.
After I find out where that 250,000 went, I might just kick you out my camp, father or no father.
Well,
I'm gonna
you
go
know,
down.
flesh and blood. Sometimes you'll overlook things like that, man. You know, money is
Exactly.
one thing, and father and son is another thing. And I can see having him in there. I can see him being the hype man. You know, I can see him freaking, with even the water bottle, whatever it may be. But you know, and I think he's a character, and boxing needs characters like that. But as your number one trainer, and you're supposedly the number, you were the calling yourself the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. You know, wink, wink. Even though I'm not undisputed, even though some, but regardless thereof, you were claiming to be top dog in that division, and you're gonna. You're not going to have an elite trainer, and even the cut man. Look what happened to that eye, dude. They were waiting, 15 seconds before the guy went on there with the Enswell. I don't know who his
Mhm.
cut man was, but he certainly wasn't an experienced guy. You have somebody like Stitch Duran in there, and somebody got to go back,
I think I think they were
you
so shocked from the. I think they were so shocked from the way Lopez looked. It seemed like after a point, everybody in his corner looked confused.
fact. I mean, my jaw was open when I was watching that fight. I couldn't believe it. I predicted a shellacking. I said they better have the freaking ambulance nearby.
There's
Tiafimo
a
was
lot,
going to take this
there's a
this
lot of
this
there's a lot of
this Australian kangaroo, and he's going to put him in the hospital. And bro, was I wrong? I'm eating crow. I'm good. I love
I
it for the good
I
of
tell you
boxing.
I tell you one thing. I was very happy. I sure was.
let me tell you.
I was so happy. I went out that late night. I got me some beer. I got me some Miller Holla. I sit at what I'm at right now, and I sip. I'm happy. Oh, I'm still overjoyed, and I hope they put away. I hope he go to Australia and fight him again, and it happen again. Yes,
Well,
There's no rematch clause.
no, there's no rematch clause.
I
He
know. I'm
did.
just
He
saying.
did. Yeah,
Well,
he did.
I think that the rule is for mandatories, and that's what Cambosos was. They don't sign a
Yeah, he's a
rematch.
mandatory.
But it's the back business of boxing. See, I think rematches should be dictated by the quality of the fight, the outcome, and the fans' demand.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's been so many rematches throughout boxing that are unnecessary. But now, they really do. They keep them to the fans' demand. And I hear that Mel Chalo is going to be rematching Castano. I heard that fight's already signed for
Yeah.
February 15th, I believe it is, or they're out there around that time.
Yeah.
So
And
Bruce,
that fight
who do you got winning that
take
fight?
match right away.
Who do you think is gonna win that fight?
Ooh, I don't know. I think a different Chalo is going to come in there, man. I think it's going to be a great fight. But last fight, I thought Castano. I picked him because just because of the he's a tough Argentine fighter. He
Yeah.
beat Errol Spence in the amateurs. He was undefeated, never been knocked down. The kid fights just that that Argentine that I'm trying to think of the name, Hugo Coro style, where he just buries the head in the chest and bangs your stomach and your ribs. Charlo didn't like that. I don't think he was prepared for that. I think he will be next time, but man, bro, that's a pick 'em fight. That's a 50-50 fight. Like last time, I thought Castano should have eked it out. Who knows this time? I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
satisfied with the draw, but I wanted the rematch. Now we're gonna get the rematch. So
You know what? And I'm gonna say this. I'm with you, brother Bruce. I believe that Castano. I think Charlo. He dodged a bullet on that one. He dodged a bullet on that one. When they say it was a draw, I looked at like you take. I said, Charlie, you take that and run with it and run it back.
yeah.
Take it and
Well,
run with that.
that's why we don't like draw. We don't like decisions. When a card goes to a decision, there's always a hush hush because you got those three judges that have that have the fate in their hands. And
Yeah.
man, Marvin Hagler said it best after his fight with Vito Antuofermo. They called it a draw. That was his first shot at a world championship. It took him close to 50 fights to get that. He had to have a United States senator. He had to have one of the Kennedys, and he had to have the Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill, demand that he get a title fight. Now, they were from Massachusetts. Marvin Hagler was avoided by everybody. I mean, he wasn't signed with Don King. Bob Arum didn't take him on until he was basically forced to. But anyway, Marvin Hagler fought a disputed draw with Vito Antuofermo, and after he was bummed out. I mean, he won the fight. But after the fight, he just said, man, these fists are going to be the judges from now on. And, unfortunately, well, with Marvin Hagler, that was the way it was until, there were only two guys who went the distance with him. And that was Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. Aside from that, he knocked out everybody. He didn't leave it in the judge's
Yeah.
hands anymore.
Yeah, I remember the fight you talking because that back in '79. Because the next year when he fought Alan Minter, he slaughtered him. He got
Oh,
him out there
oh,
real quick.
he destroyed him. Got
Destroyed him.
showered with a hail of beer bottles from a
Yes.
really no class audience that was watching the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
it was. I watched that fight live though. It was terrible. Howard Cosell was even getting bombarded with beer bottles. But no, my point was draws suck. And the thing is, the judges. There's so many. We've had so many bad decisions in boxing lately, and so many questionable victories. It's really tough to put it in the hands of three people sitting at ringside. But I mean, that's the way it's always been. That's the way it always will be. And that draw in that last fight, that was suspicious, bro.
Yeah.
I thought Castano won, but you can't argue because it's a human. It's human beings making a decision, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that fight. Yeah, I remember I seen that fight. I seen it two fights. With Hagler, the fight that Bruce was talking about, that the championship that back in '79, and I said, wow. It did the way I said, then that's when you're right, and that's when he did this. He did this, and that was it, and that was the only way because he cannot trust it. That's why, like, if you talk like Bruce, you've been around boxing a long time, so you understand what I'm saying. That's why, like, if you talk to them old school fighters, they would tell you, no, I got to use this because I'm not gonna put it in the judge's hands because you never know what the judge is gonna do. You never know.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen so many decisions go the wrong way. Because it's a business. We're dealing with so-called house fighters. They're signed down with the promotional team. The whole managerial team, and another fighter is being brought in there as an opponent. So when it goes to the cards, and it's a close fight, it's
Uh-huh.
going to go to the house fighter, man, and it's a sad reality. Home team advantage. I don't know what you're going to call it. It's the dirty sport that we all love, but that's why the knockout is a beautiful thing. There's no question. It's the grand slam. It's the end. It doesn't have to go to the cards. You can rip those cards right up, and we don't want to rip them up. Sometimes we have to go back in the cards, but the ultimate boxing, the ultimate ending is the KO.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anybody that wants to donate to my channel, my cash app is $ capital JT 53000 again. Um, Cash App, $ capital JT 53000. If anybody wants to donate, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to please hit the bell. If you're new, hit the bell twice. So whenever I come on,
That's it.
you
Support the grinder.
suppose you gotta support
Absolutely.
it, support that, and also hit the like button. Let's get the mannerisms up and everything. And what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna ask each of y'all who's gonna win the fight this week. And we gonna make, then after y'all gonna make your last remarks, then I make my last remarks, then we gonna close it as a family. So what we gonna do, we gonna start from the elder statesman, Bruce goes. Who yeah, I gotta get you. Who's gonna tell us who's gonna win the fight, both fights this week, and why?
Well, man, I'm going to go with the favorites and with the favorites in both fights. I think the Devin Haney fight is going to be a good fight with Jojo Diaz. I think he's coming to fight, but Devin Haney is an elite fighter. If he brings his A game, if he's the Devin Haney that I've seen before, because this man is. This man was born to box. I mean, he was a boxer from day one.
Uh-huh.
He knows every trick in the book. If his power matures, which I think he's going to need to make any money in the lightweight division, then I think it's easy. He's going to beat Diaz in this fight by comfortable decision, preferably by knockout. Tank Davis with Pitbull Cruz. I think Pitbull Cruz. I mean, he's a replacement for Rolly. Who, come on? I mean, this whole fight kind of reeks of a Vince McMahon setup, bro. Floyd Mayweather's bringing in Pitbull. He's a come ahead boxer, face first. He's just going to walk into an uppercut. I think he's going to get beaten around the 5th or 6th round. But bro, I hate predicting fights because I have no dog in these fights. I want to see good fights. I'm just looking at them a little bit with my head. Most of the time I'm wrong because the human element happens, bro. Things don't happen according to the way Bruce Goes thinks. But if it does, I think Tank is going to win by 5th or 6th round knockout, and I think Devin Haney by, I'm going to say, late round stoppage or unanimous decision.
Gotcha. Okay, brother, gotcha.
Like I said, I agree with the brother Bruce Goes. I just want to see good fights, man. But like I said, I'm leaning towards two of the brothers, man, Devin Haney and Tank Davis to get it done, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just want to see good fights, man. You know what I mean? I want to see a very good fight, man. Between these fights going on, man.
Oh! Before I get to Clarence, tell the people about the good MMA coming up this week.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got this May coming up this weekend. We got Jose Aldo versus Rob Font. Rob Font is a contender from Boston. He's gonna try to go into that fight, try to slay the dragon. And Jose Aldo, we all know Aldo is the reign. He was a former reigning featherweight champion, and we all know that Aldo's trying to make this last one more run for the title. But like I say, he has to get by the Raging Brute and Rob Font, which is gonna be a good fight. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys. Stop by this Sunday as we and the brother Underrated Darkness with my brother George Page. We're gonna break down the fight and we're gonna recap the fight. And like I said, we're gonna also do another recap next week after at UFC 269, which is the big fight between Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier and the queen of the jungle. We call her the GOAT of MMA, Amanda Nunes versus Julia Pena. Like I said, I already know what's going to happen. Amanda Nunes is going to knock out Julia Pena, man. But like I said, come by Sunday, join the panel. We're going to recap it. And like I said, after that, we also going to do one more before the end of the year. We're going to recap the UFC all of 2021. And then we're going to do some fight prediction in early of 2022. So please stop by. And like I said, and show your support. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you show support for my brother Underrated Darkness. You try to get him up to 1,000 subscribers so we can get him monetized on this channel. I know YouTube fucked up YouTube. Guru fucked up his other channel, but it's okay,
No,
man.
it's
It's
coming.
always
It's
good. We
coming.
can
It's
start
coming.
over because we're gonna.
No, no, it's
Well,
all
like I
right.
said, we're gonna
It's
keep
coming back.
grinding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I
Thank
said, we're
you.
gonna keep grinding. We gotta keep grinding.
All
Like I
right.
said, we
Thank you.
gotta
All
keep
right.
grinding, man, until we get right back to the top, man. But like I said, I just want to salute you, brothers, man. It's nice meeting you, brother Bruce Coles, brother Clarence, and always the brother, the number one guy, man.
XA
Thank you
Gaucho
guys for having me
23,
on.
a pleasure, bro.
All right. All
You
right.
too, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
Awesome,
you, man.
awesome meeting you, XA Gaucho 23, bro. Nice.
It's nice
All
meeting
right.
you too, Bruce. I like it. I like your analysis and how the way you break down fights, man. I could tell that you like one of those old heads, like from like the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, who just love the good fights, man. And I love listening to you. I really do love listening to you. I like to listen to you and also and the brother Blood Boxing. I love listening to Blood Boxing, man. I love listen to you brothers break down those old fights, man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I was
Yeah, yeah.
born in
Blood,
the
my brother.
90s.
Hey,
I was
bro,
born in
man.
the early 90s.
Yeah, I got a channel. I do that. I did a show this morning. Blood was going to come on, but Blood, yeah, he was busy at the time because Blood's my brother, man. We talk about boxing. We hook up on the phone. We're a couple of old tokens from the '80s, and bro, we've been watching boxing. All good shit, bro. I appreciate that, and I got a channel out there. I'm gonna drop it in here if you sub to it, man. I appreciate that. You come on over. Grinda's over there. Clarence is over there. I'm gonna do a Miles Davis show. I think this week.
Oh, yeah. Let me know, man. I know I'm into jazz. You know that.
Absolutely, bro. I probably have 20 albums of Miles on vinyl. But dude, I appreciate meeting you, XA Gaucho 23, bro. We'll definitely hook up, bro. Peace, see you, bro.
Okay, good.
You too, brother. Thank you, man.
Escotcha, drop your link in the chat too. Clarence McClain, your analyst on both fights this weekend, please.
Well, first of all, you asked who wins this week. Well, number one, the fans do. We win because we have been blessed for the last 2 months to have some of the
Yeah.
most amazing fights. It was looking kind of iffy in the beginning of 2021. But for the last 2 or 3 months, I can't complain. We have been blessed. And the reason why I say we won because we have got what we've been asking for. So we can't complain. But honestly, Haney and Tank, of course, are my two guys who's going to win. Haney, maybe by decision, depends on how that fight goes. But I can see Tank. It's not going to go more than 6-7 rounds with Tank. I said that earlier, man. It's not going to go more than that.
All right. Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to see something. Okay. What I'm gonna do, Claire, I'm gonna put your Instagram link in the chat, all right?
Yeah, put it in the chat. Let people know that's where they can follow me. Until this whole YouTube, the YouTube thing is coming, y'all. I know y'all have heard me say this for a while, but y'all have to bear with me and be patient. It's coming. You know what I mean? I'm not rushing, but January it will be here. I have other things that I'm working on. The No Duck Zone podcast is one of them. And for anybody who was following me on McClain's Promotion on Facebook, I was taken off Facebook for whatever reason. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. That's not going to stop the grind. So McClain's Promotion will be moved to YouTube, and it's all good, though. Facebook didn't want me no more, but guess what? YouTube is going to open the doors and let me in. So catch me on there, man. But please, until then, support the No Duck Zone podcast. Come on, IG. If you guys got Instagram, come follow me. It's all right. I don't mind you following me, as long as you don't come on there disrespectful. I don't want no trolls. I don't want people following me and they don't have pictures. If you don't have any of that, like, don't follow me. I'm just gonna block you.
Yeah.
I'm the king of blocking. Trust me.
Yeah. I put your link in the chat so they can come in. This is you going to see him. But he will be on YouTube soon. Don't know soon, but soon.
Yeah, January. Y'all gotta I'm gonna give y'all a date. I'm still working on the date. It could be somewhere after the new year. It could be January 2nd, it could be the 3rd. Just give me time to put stuff together, but I will be out. The No Duck Zone podcast was supposed to be on YouTube, but it was me. I didn't want to do it. My mind was all over the place. So the No Duck Zone ended up being on Instagram. And now it's time to take the Mo Claims promotion, which is my first baby. So I'm gonna take that one and move it to YouTube because that's how this whole platform started. It was because of McLean's promotion.
Right. Okay. And also, y'all gonna see me gonna put more stuff on IG too. So be expected on that. I'm gonna, I know people probably want me to do current events. I probably do it sometime, but I want to stick to boxing and sports. But I'm gonna stick mostly boxing. So Clarence McClain, he go, he already let me know he gonna help me, get on that and everything. So be expected that in the near future I will be on IG, and I want to talk about sports and boxing. Yeah, I mean I'm gonna talk a little sports, but I want to talk about boxing. So so watch out for that. The number one grind. I'm coming with some real stuff next year. You're gonna hear how I break down boxing. I know some people here I break down boxing already on Facebook. You heard I break down boxing on YouTube. Now you're gonna see me in another form when I break down boxing in IG. So be expecting of that. You might see me here and there before the year's out, but next year you're gonna see me a lot more be doing IG, and then I'm gonna break down some boxes. So I want y'all to come through, and I'm gonna send them. I'm not gonna put the link out yet, but I will put the link out and stuff like that. Brother McClain, last remarks, please.
I basically made the last remarks already, man. Like I said, y'all know where to find me. You find me on the IG. I ain't gonna give you the Facebook because there ain't really much going on in this. So just find me on IG. Continue to please support the No Duck Zone podcast. If you haven't, please continue to support my brother, the underrated one, the number one grinder. If you haven't subbed to him, go sub to him. Please. I'm gonna keep telling y'all until y'all get the point. Y'all gonna get sick of me in 2022. Support the underrated one. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get close. Support the underrated one, the number one grinder, the best kept secret on YouTube. We gonna keep telling y'all this all year till you get the point. We gonna come in your living rooms. We gonna come out your closets. We gonna come from under your cars. Subscribe to my man, the underrated one, and smash the like button with your ungrateful asses.
And I'm gonna guarantee you better support Curtis McClain. If you not, I come and rip your doggone spine off the spine. You better represent from IG. And when you get on YouTube, don't be surprised. I get the grinders. I get the grinder on you. Oh, you just doing what the? I tell you, don't get it twisted. I still got the New York in me. You bet, boy. You bet, boy. You bet, boy. Boy.
Boy, you clown.
You better. You better. But all jokes aside, though, he will come to YouTube.
Yes.
Beginning of the year. I don't know what time part beginning, but it would be somewhere in January. When he lets me know, I'm gonna plug you in. It's gonna be a grand finale. You're gonna see the one and only, and hopefully then the Underrated Doctors channel will be back. So, but this is the thing though. This channel right here, I'm still gonna do something with it. What might do with this channel, and I meant to talk to you. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna close this out. What I might do with this, then I might do boxing interviews and chop up on this channel. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Cause I'm trying to reach out with some fighters. I got some fighters on Facebook that I reach out. So when the Underrated Doctors channel come back, I'm to this channel. I might do like just chop up and do sports and interviews on this channel. I might do some Underrated Doctors. Thank you, Bonnie Rose. Let me say this though too. So when I get that done. So don't be surprised. You might see some stuff on this channel too. Now, anybody that is traveling to your destination or home, if you're single, married, relationship, family members, associates, take extra safety precautions to travel because the climate out there is crazy and we don't want nothing to happen to y'all. Remember that. So, Brother McClain,
All right.
again,
Right.
his YouTube channel, his YouTube is coming up in January. So let's support that. Thank you, my brother. Always very much appreciate. I will reach out to you a little later on. That's the mask, right?
I'm actually, you know what? I'm feeling so good. I might do a video tonight.
You see the mask he put on? Let me show y'all the mask. Oh man, where's
Show the mask, baby.
where's the oh there it is. This
Yes. No Duck Zone podcast.
This is the No Duck Zone podcast. This is the one you got.
Listen, y'all guys got some amateurs out there that y'all know that's an amateur boxing, and they ain't getting no interviews like that. Yeah. And they ain't getting no shine. You send them over to IG to the No Duck Zone podcast. I promise you, I got them because that's what my platform represents. The amateur.
Yeah. Yes. So what we're going to do and what Clarence is going to do, we gonna have some amateurs on where he come from too, because we're gonna do it like that. And then also, like I said, we got some big things happen. Also, don't be so in the near future, I'm gonna develop my own my own stuff coming out. So watch out for that. So I got some stuff coming out, but it takes money. That's why I ask people to please donate to my Cash App and stuff like that. Because I do things, I do things to improve the channel and try to get my muse up and everything. So that's it. That's it. Like my late younger brother said, like my brother, I miss you. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
So on behalf of my channel, the Underrated, the secondary channel, the number one grind of real talk, the Underrated Darkness will be back soon. Don't worry about that. And please support my brother Clarence McClain, Instagram and stuff like that. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed. Have a good night.